Welcome, every pony, to the first episode of the Equestrian Babble. Today, I am joined here with a special guest, dannyballsub. Say hello, Danny.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Are you all wonderful? I hope you're all wonderful.
They are wonderful. They are, Danny. And so you ready to do this podcast?
I am ready. I am ready, gamer.
All right. So okay, so there are some things, and really I just wanted to do this podcast of reasons just to get you on my server, and I apologize for that. Really.
Okay.
And let's just express our opinions on several things. Like for instance.
Sure.
So what do you think of when you hear the word rejection? You know.
When I hear the word rejection, okay, the first thing that comes to mind is it's weird because like I have gotten a lot of rejection throughout the years. I've gotten several rejections. That makes me sound old. I don't know why that makes me sound old, but the thing that immediately comes to mind was when I tried to submit a book to be published through a publisher, and they rejected it. And that's the first thing that comes across my mind. But after thinking about it a little bit longer, it makes me think of like disappointment. It just makes me think of disappointment, and it makes me think about like different moments that I had gotten rejected from, you know, either a person, a job, what have you, like the publication thing that I was talking about. And thinking about it even further, it kind of makes me think that like rejection is a good thing in a lot of ways, because rejection kind of tells you that like, hey, you're not ready yet. Rejection is sort of like, if you want to like, you know, publish that book or something like that, and it gets rejected, maybe that book isn't ready yet. Let's say you want to date a person and they reject you. Well, maybe you're not right for that person, or maybe you're not ready to date someone yet or something. So I think a lot of the times when I get rejected for something or something else, it makes me look inward at myself and be like, okay, what can I change so that next time I'm not rejected by this person, by this thing, or whatever else? And typically it comes down to like, hey, there is something I can work on and improve on. And if I do that, then, you know, I will be better off.
Right. Yeah, because I think it's like a learning process, you know. Rejection is just the stepping stone of that. Like right. And
yeah, I think it's more of a learning thing. You got to be rejected so that you can find the right place.
Mm-hmm. And also this is a pretty messed up topic to talk about, but what do you think of that this pandemic has brought us as standpoint in the like job field, like
like the job field?
Yeah, in the job field, has this pandemic like?
I think it has hurt a lot of people very, very badly. Like there is a lot of people that, you know, have their own business, like a mom and pop shop down the street, you know, downtown or something like that. A lot of businesses like that have gone out of business, and because of that, like I think it's a new charity, but there's been like charities and like places that you can go to, you know, donate to your local mom and pop shop so that they can stay open. But I think in a way, they're just like with everything that's bad or terrible, there's always a silver lining. Because of this pandemic, everyone is sort of, you know, at home. And because everyone is at home, you have a lot of aspiring creators, people that, you know, were huge on art, or people that were huge on video making or some other thing, that stopped working on those things because they went out and got a job. But now, because they can't do their job, they're at home and they're like, well, maybe I can pick that back up. And they pick it back up and they realize how much they love it and they kind of pursue it. So you have people, making podcasts, making videos, making artwork and stuff like that. And people following their dreams, whereas before they were kind of restricted from being able to do that. So there's a silver lining with it.
Yeah.
But it's been really, really horrible for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. Right. So, yeah.
I talk fast, I'm sorry.
Yeah. it's cool.
I talk fast. That is an issue with myself. I talk fast.
Oh man. So there are several things of it's because, and I probably know a lot of people like just say, oh, I'm not gonna get a job, or maybe like, yeah, what's like your definition of like like fear? Like, what do you fear the most?
The definition of fear? Like, what do I fear the most?
Like,
yeah. I mean, I have random fears, weird fears, and fears that were like, what the fuck, kind of fears like that. I think, like, my biggest fear, I guess my biggest fear would probably be like, I feel like it would be like heights, because I have been in weird situations where I've been like on rooftops, for example. I used to have to go to rooftops for various reasons, and
vertigo.
Like whenever I'm on a rooftop or someplace high, like literally it used to be so bad I couldn't go on like a 2-step ladder because I would kind of freak out a little bit. But when you're on when I'm on a height, no matter how like far away I am from the edge, I always get this really bad feeling that if I happen to just trip by accident, I'm going to die.
Right.
Because I feel like I'm going to fall off the edge. No matter how far away the edge is, I feel like if I'm going to trip, I'm just going to go flying off the edge. So it freaks me out like a lot. And it has stopped me from doing certain things.
Right. And that brings me to another thing. What's your opinion on freedom? Like, what does freedom look like? Right.
I don't know. I had a weird dream about freedom one time, and it was like a messed up like dystopian future type thing that wasn't dystopian at the same time. It was a weird thing, but in the dream, I was in the dream I was a homeless man, and it was several years in the future. I'm talking like probably 2100 or something like that. We had flying cars and like streets that went off in weird shapes and shit. It was a weird dream, and it was really cool. But in that dream, the world worked differently than it does now. In the dream, no one had jobs because everything was automated. Literally everything. You go to McDonald's, every customer is automated. The cooks are automated. Everything is automated. The only things that aren't automated were things like sports and something in terms of like, content creation, whether it be writing, artwork, whatever else, as well as people that were actually building the robots. But that could have also been handled by robots potentially. Yeah, but in that world, the only way to make a living was to be a creator. So it was sort of freeing in a way, but it had several drawbacks because you could kind of just go out and do whatever you wanted to and things like that. So freedom to me would be something similar to that, but with a solution to that issue of being like, if you're not creative, you're screwed. So I think that's what freedom would be to me, I think. Potentially. I don't know though. So freedom is a weird thing.
Yeah. Freedom to me is like exiting my mom's house, living with my girlfriend, getting a car. That is like my freedom philosophy thing.
Classic American living.
Yeah. No, that's hillbilly living.
I mean, that's
Nobody else
freedom. That's freedom.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
My
That's
girlfriend's a
something like if
hillbilly.
I could do something like that, then I would
Freedom to
consider
walk
myself
around
free
the
if I
house
could do
naked.
stuff like that. That is true freedom. When you can walk into places naked, that is true freedom.
Right. Is there anything else you want to say, bring up, or anything?
Do you have anything else in mind about like what's been going on lately in the world or whatever else weird news in the world right now?
Trump's got corona.
I think he got out. I don't know. I don't keep up on politics. I actually try to avoid that stuff because it's
My girlfriend does.
very, very annoying.
So, what's your definition of love? Like, thing?
Okay, that one has been really hard to kind of figure out. But so this like for example, imagine like being away from someone. Like imagine like someone is like a few miles away or like on the other side of the house or something like that, and you can't physically be with them. And now imagine that not being able to be with them physically is like hurting you mentally and is like exhausting that you're not with them, and it's very irritating that you can't be physically with another person. I think once you feel that pain of not being able to be physically with someone, that I think is when you know that you're probably in love with that person.
Yeah, because I'm in love with this girl, Rin Creepypasta, who is on YouTube. I think she changed her channel name, but she just lives like a few like miles away from where I am, and I just like wake up, and whenever I'm dreaming, I think she's laying with me, but like when I wake up, she's just not there. Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of that feeling. It's the way, like, it's hard to define that because unless you have that, I feel like people don't really understand it.
Right. Well, I believe we're out of time, actually. So, any last words? Anything you want to leave off at?
Shit. I guess the only thing I can say is to just plug in some stuff. So I guess if you're interested in me, a dannyballsub, you can find me on YouTube. I make Ponytown related content as well. I like to make content based on my books, card games, and original creations. So yeah, you can check that out. I'm sure Mallet Brownie will leave a link to my channel in the description. But yeah, that's
I will.
pretty much all I can do in terms of signing off. I do hope that everyone that is watching will, like and subscribe and do wonderful things such as that, because that's how you become wonderful, is by liking and subscribing and sharing too. So yeah, that's what I'll leave that off as.
Okay, cool. So, in your words, Danny, stay wonderful. Bye, every pony. So, bye.